and the first 110 days of Governor Gretchen Whitmer's second term. They've been packed with legislation the Democrats campaigned on and have wanted for decades. The speed with which the legislature has acted has brought praise from the governor, as you heard here yesterday.
Yes, but as you would expect, Republicans in the Capitol are less enthused. Political reporter Rick Albin talked with the Republican leader in the Senate about a unique first quarter in Lansing.
Senator, recently I talked with the governor, and I want to put the same question to you that I put to her. I read off a laundry list of bills that were passed by the legislature in the first 100 days. Obviously, the governor was very pleased with that because it was largely the Democratic agenda that they've talked about for years. As the Republican leader in the Senate, give me your take, which I suspect will be somewhat different than what the governor had to say about what was a very active first 100 days.
I think the most partisan legislature we've seen in a long time. Thanks for having me, Rick. Looking forward to discussing these issues that are more important to Michigan than some party. And I think this is the challenge, is that they were ramming through a partisan left-wing agenda, an agenda set on big unions, big government, and even big multinational corporations with huge cash handouts, welfare payments to these corporations, and no sense of real bipartisanship, compromise, or actually discussion. And I think this is part of the challenge that you have in this day and age, is that you have Governor Whitmer and the leadership here, in the Democratic leadership in the state legislature, that instead of actually using a process of working towards bipartisan compromise, that they want to govern over on the far left fringes of politics as they ram through this partisan, progressive, left-wing agenda.
What does that mean going forward? Because the next big item, at least would appear to me, to be the budget. Now, the state's got a lot of money, but you still have to get 1956. So how do you do that, assuming that Republicans are going to have at least something to say about the budget?
I mean, if they try to ramp through a partisan budget, I think that'd be wrong for the state, especially with what Governor Whitmer introduced. We started off the year with a $9 billion surplus. This is going to be the fastest that we've seen a surplus of this size go to a deficit. Governor Whitmer's out there trying to spend other people's money as fast as she can. The budget she introduced in February, even with the Democrats' proposed income tax increase next year, is already nearly $1 billion out of balance. And within that budget that the governor introduced, her whole slogan was fixing the roads. She only uses 2% of that budget surplus, that $9 billion budget surplus that actually goes to roads and bridges. I think that's wrong. I think if there's a seriousness on actually growing the economy, investing in our roads, creating a better educational attainment, then Republicans are ready to work together. But it's been very evident over the last 3.5 months that Governor Whitmer and the Democrat leaders in the legislature are more concerned with paying back their big union friends and growing the size and scope of government and trying to raise taxes on hardworking families than actually trying to work towards trying to better the state of Michigan, make us more competitive, improve education, and invest in our roads and infrastructure and pay down long-term debt.
That was Rick Albin with Aric Nesbitt. The governor and Republican leaders see most everything that has happened since Democrats took over control from a completely different viewpoint. You'll hear more on those interviews with both this weekend on To the Point.